Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays. And today we are doing a Kickstarter preview of Pampero. So this is by Ape Games. They sent me a preview copy, which means everything I'm about to show you and mess up on in terms of rules are all subject to change, especially the mess up in rules. But all the components, all that stuff is subject to change. This is just purely a preview, and they have been super kind and sent me a preview copy for me to go through. I've had it for a little while. I sat down with it and I learned how to play it, but then I found that I wasn't seeing any solo rules in there. So I was like, oh no, this is the multiplayer one. I didn't get the solo rules one. So they sent me over like a print and play of the solo rules, which I printed out and I have on here. And I struggled to learn a little bit of it, but Julian, who is the dev who created this game, got on a Tabletopia thing with me, just did a quick explanation of how that is different, and then Cynthia, who was amazing, was like, hey, let me talk with you through this. And so I was able to get an understanding and fit it into how I understand how the multiplayer rules go for this. So you're going to see a solo live playthrough now, and then I'm going to record. It's going to be like it's live. I'm not trying to edit crap. So I'm going to record a multiplayer playthrough when I go visit Steve this weekend, and we're going to play it multiplayer. So then I'll release that as well. I believe the Kickstarter starts today. So the Kickstarter will be going out today, so you'll see this. I did link in the description because I know a lot of people, I've struggled with this a lot, and a lot of people say, like, it's not a thing. I guarantee it's a thing. I'm a visual learner. That means that you can put all papers in front of me all day long. I will read it. I will comprehend it. I will not soak it in. But when I visually see it, or when I dive into it and do and learn by doing, I'm able to do that. And it sticks. So I've got, like I said, I've got the papers with me to go through. And why I mentioned that was because there was a other content creator that's called In a Nutshell for Pampero, and when I watched his video, I was like, I get it. Okay, perfect. I understand how it works. So I linked his video as a Pampero tutorial in the description below, along with the other links that go for Pampero itself, which is the Kickstarter lander page, the Facebook page, the BGG page, all the other pages that are on there as well. So it's all there for you all to see and check out. Before we begin, I want to say thank you to my Patreons, my YouTube subscribers, and if you're neither, just coming in to hang out, thank you and welcome as well. So we're going to go through this. I will be referring to the docs that they sent me, that they printed out and sent me for a lot of this game, because there's heavy iconography in it. But I have to tell you, multiplayer, this game's awesome. I'm still sussing out the single player, because I did an initial attempt last night. Did okay, but as I was like learning and how this stuff goes through multiplayer, this game's amazing. It's a really great Euro too, so there's no dice in it. You don't have to worry about anything like that. But you'll get to see this game if you haven't seen other people play it already, and this is your first time seeing it. You'll get to see it. I will do my best to explain it. Please forgive me for any mistakes I make. But I have the book with me, so I can just look up stuff if stuff gets too crazy. All right, cool. We're all good. Okay, so let's get some information, and then we'll get down to the table. All right, so Pampero, build wind farms, then extend and improve your grid to master the energy market. It is a 100% Euro game for 1 to 4 players, and there is a solo mode. There's a, I don't know what y'all call that. Automata. There's a robot player that is playing, and he operates a little bit differently than the rest of all the others that you see, like in Wingspan and stuff. So yeah, they operate differently, and I'll say why I call them they in a little bit. So it's 1 to 4 player. It looks like, of the people who've played this game, because this game was at Gen Con, and when I saw it at Gen Con, I was like, this looks really cool. I sat down and I listened to the explanations and the playthrough of the game. And I was like, this is a really well thought out game, and you'll hear why as I go through, because this is a really well thought out game, and I think it's really cool how it's designed. So it's about 60 to 150 minutes, and age 14 plus. The That's the typical community 14 plus hit. The weight's about a 3.80 out of 5, which means it's heavy Euro. Hey Mike, what's going on? It's heavy Euro. There's a lot of stuff to it, but once you play it a few times, that stuff will sink in. You probably, because there's a lot of iconography, you will have to refer to the book from time to time, but after a while, you'll pick it up and then you'll be fine. So, but you gauge the complexity in it. It's saying a 3.8 out of 5. So you gauge the complexity when you see what I'm about to play. So designed by Julian Pombo, who he was amazing, and he actually reached out to me yesterday when I was struggling with the solo rules, and like I said, he got on a Tabletopia with me and quickly explained like 3 things, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's how it went. So we're gonna go through this. Artist by Ian O'Toole, who, this is beautiful art that's on here, and this looks like a complete game. That's the thing. It's a preview copy, but it looks done. Besides the print and play rules, but they did say that there are that there's a solo mode floating around in the ether that some other content creator has, and will probably bring to their channel as well. But the print and play solo mode is the only thing that I say wasn't. But the rest of it, like the multiplayer aspect, it seems pretty done to me. But you judge for yourself. Okay, and published by 8 Games. So let's go to some information about it. So about this game, and I gotta bring this out because on the first title page that's on here, it states it, and it says, with no natural resources, the government of Uruguay is concerned about the country's dependence on imported fossil fuels. As a consequence, it is seeking to increase the share of domestic resources, of which the most feasible are biomass and wind energy, as well as employing end-use energy-efficient measures to increase its energy security. In addition, the government aims to use the intended growth of the domestic energy sector to foster its other objectives of increasing economic growth and creating employment. So, and that actually was an excerpt that came from the World Bank documents for Uruguay, which means this is a thing. This is not Julian wasn't like, oh, I made up all this stuff. This is a thing, which I think is really, really cool. All right. So let's get some information about what's coming up, and then we'll get down to the table. I know this is a lot, but this is a lot of information I want to make sure y'all have. Hey, Kate, what's going on? So we've got, so this is their website on 8 Games, and they talk about Pampero that's on here. And you see it just goes through basically with no natural resources, the government, basically what I read to you just now. And like I said, it came from the case study of Uruguay with their wind energy program. So this is actually this was part of a actual document, which is pretty cool. Then it says, towards noon, however, the sun rays were extremely scorching, and when evening came, a bar of cold streaked to the southeast horizon, as sure signs of a change in the weather. This is the reason for the name of the game. Because to harness that wind energy, that wind that blows across, that cold wind that blows across Uruguay is called Pampero. So that is the name of the game, and that's why it's called that. So the Patagonian pointed it out to the geographer, who replied, yes, I know, and turned to his companions, added, see, a change of weather is coming. We're going to have a taste of Pampero. And he went on to explain that this Pampero is an extremely dry wind which blows from the southwest. The Pampero generally brings a tempest which lasts 3 days and may be always foretold by the depression of the mercury, he said. So this is an actual thing that blows across Uruguay from the southwest, and they want to harness this for wind energy, which I think is freaking amazing. I just think this is so damn cool. So we've got a lot. They've set up a lot. They've talked. There's a lot of this is a Euro. I don't want y'all to think this is kind of a Euro. This is a Euro game through and through. So, but we'll go through all what those things are and how they all shape up as they go through. But as you can see, there's every player gets a different color, but the boards are all the same, and then you go through different things to play. And I'll explain it all. So let's And that's Julian. Julian looks angry. Julian, don't be angry. Be happy. You're a good person. So, and this is Ian O'Toole who did the artwork on here. So, I want Julian to smile more. Julian, smile more. You're a good guy. All right, so Kickstarter page. Nope, that was the Kickstarter symbol. We are going to go to that's the rules. It must not be live right now, or else that would have probably hopped to it if we clicked on that. So cool. Okay. All right. So let's get down to the table, so y'all can see this wonderful game. So this is the game. This is it. So I set it up for solo mode, and I turned this sideways because this is the player's board right here. And there's stuff that goes up to the top, and if I put it this way for you to see, it's going to be kind of crazy. I did set my zooms so you can see what's on here, but I decided to just turn it sideways so it's a better look when I explain stuff to you as we zoom through this board. Okay. I mean, they have like 40-50% hydro. You have no idea how excited I am to see you play Euro, my favorite games for sure. It's a heavy Euro, and this game is really cool. It's very, very cool. All right, I'm going to go through a lot, and you're going to see me spinning through this because there's an explanation for what the cards and the actions on the cards mean, because all the cards have different things that happens on all the cards, and then there's setup, and then on top of that, there's setup for the solo mode. The solo mode is called, the solo person you're playing, they are called VJ, and it's they because it's the first two initials of Julian's children's names, V and J, right? So that's why they are called VJ, and that's who you're going to be playing against in this game, which I think is pretty cool. No. Don't blame me for this. Don't blame me for this. But this is still a really cool game. All right, I keep saying that, and I'm not explaining anything. So I'm actually going to step through this so that I can tell you what everything is, and then we'll play the game. So you're in for a lot of explanation. As Euros are, there's a lot to it. So therefore, there's a lot to explain. And I'm going to explain each thing to you, and then not each thing, but I'm going to explain each setup things to you. Then as we play the game, I will explain things as they happen in the game. Otherwise, you're going to sit here for probably like 2 hours listening to me explain something. My voice is going to go hoarse. You're going to hate me and move away and dislike this video because I'm talking too much and not playing the game. So I'm going to explain setup, and then we'll start playing, and then from there, I'll explain as we go through stuff. Fair enough? Cool. And I'm going to be flipping through this as I do it, because there's a lot of iconography and there's a lot of stuff, and I want to get words right. I am very stressed out about screwing this up because, All right, so we have our game board, which is the country of Uruguay. And if you look over here on this side, if I could zoom over there, no? There we go. If you look over here on this side, this is actually a map of South America. And you have highlighted here where Uruguay is. If you're like, where is it? I don't know. Well, I know this map very well because I, myself, am from here. This is where I'm from, right there. So that's where I was born, and good stuff, and that's why I have Canje and all that other stuff. If you missed my my sub stuff, that I explain you why I choose the name and everything, but this is where I'm from. Anyway, Uruguay is here. Uruguay. It is bordered by Brazil and bordered by Argentina. Okay? So when we talk about doing foreign contracts, those foreign contracts are going to be for Brazil or Argentina. That's how that goes. Okay, so this is the game board, and this game board is separated into 3 sections. And I gotta find this one so I can tell you what the 3 sections are, because this is also really cool. Because the three sections are also intelligently broken out. Here we go. So this is the geography of the game board. There is the A sections of A and A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, and then C. This is an important layout because it is the actual geographic layout of the game. It's not something that Julian was just like, this is where I want this stuff to go. It makes sense so it says the game board is bisected by the it's bisected by the Rio Negro, the Black River, just as Uruguay itself is. As in real life, this river creates a functional separation of the northern part of the country from the southern portion. Northern Uruguay is primarily rural. That's the A section. While the land south of the river has more varied uses. This is the section one. This is the industrial section. This is the resort section. And this is the urban section. And you see kind of like a thing hovering over here that does a little bit of zooming, but this whole C area is the urban section. So Zone B has borders with large neighboring countries, which is Argentina and Brazil. So it kind of made, right? Rural, industrial, resort, and residential. And urban. Sorry, not residential, urban. So that's how that stuff breaks out. Once again, it's really well thought out. That's why I said this game is really cool. That it's steeped in actual, it's steeped in actual time and how things geographically look as they are today, which I think is pretty dang amazing. Okay, anyway, we're back at the game board. I'm flipping through stuff. Okay, so we have, let's see. So we have our electric tower bonus cards, which is over here. That's this section here, and I'll explain what happens when that kicks up. But what you do with this section is you take all of these, you shuffle them all up, and then you randomly place them on the board. The reason why 2 pieces are missing is because 2 pieces are supposed to be missing, but for the preview, it would be like 2 X's. So when you randomly place them, you place them upside down, and when you flip them over, you remove the X's, and those are the 2 spaces that are missing. Anyway. As we place towers, we get to do these. We get to get these bonuses as we place towers in those specific locations. So if we place a tower in any of the A slots, we get one of these. If we place the tower in any B slots, we move over here and get one of these or one of these. And any C slots, we get one of these, one of these, one of those. That's how that shakes out. That could work. Okay, so. We've got wind farm bonuses, which are these little, oh, I forgot to place 2 there. What happened to my brain? Here and here, and I will place those 2 now because that's the type of day I'm having. So what you would do is you just shake these up and then randomly place them. I'm just going to randomly grab. So this is an A target. And this is probably an A target. Yep, got it. There we go. I forgot about those 2. So how you get these things is you see these connectors that are on here. Like this has 1, 2, 3 connectors on it. Is that up here? No, up here. Yeah. So you see right up here where you see these connectors are here, here, and here. If you take care of all 3 of these contracts, the last person to take care of the last contract on here will get this bonus. And it's something that's helpful to you throughout the game, and it becomes part of what you can do, which I think is really cool. Hey, Cynthia, what's going on? All right, so we have what are called standard contracts, which are these here. So I can just zoom back to the side and show you which are these here. So these are considered standard contracts. They're the contracts that are standard for Uruguay. Right, so you get to choose when you take a contract action. If you have the resources to pay for that, you can get this, which will then give you buffs on your board, placing transformers on there and giving you some items as it goes through. I will explain when we play what each one of these does, so I don't need to go into it right now, or else your eyes will roll back in your head. We have remote contracts, which are these brown ones that are here, 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 and here. So remote contracts helps build up, once again, it helps build up your income revenue, right? And we'll talk about that as we get into it. We have solar contracts, which are over here. So when we're becoming solar independent, we can do these solar contracts, which gets us these wonderful buffs to our industry as we build up to get more money to win the game. The name of the game is whoever has the most money at the end of the game wins. Okay? We have our foreign contracts, which we can fulfill foreign contracts from Argentina, which means we can either fulfill one of these or blind pull from the top. And then same thing from Brazil. Has great tail presence, not a brown euro. So Brazil, there's 3 contracts, or you can blind pull one from the top. Once again, when it comes to that, I'll talk about all that stuff. I just want to do the breakdown. We have specialist cards. These specialist cards that are over here, basically, this is end of game stuff that gives you more money or helps you get towards the end of game buffs a lot better. And these are cards that get added to your hand. Oh yes, this is a deck builder too. So you can add these to your deck so that you can have more things that you can do per turn. So that's when you get those are the specialty cards that you get, which once again I'll explain as we go through, but it's really easy to get how to get them. Okay, then we have scoring tiles, which are these ones right here. So basically, this game is played over a series of turns. I always say a series of rounds with multiple turns because that's how it makes sense in my head. This is a series of turns with multiple actions, okay? So you get 3 actions per round. Turn. I'm gonna say round. Turn. Each player takes 1 action per turn, or 1 action per turn, and then they up to 3, and then at the end they see what they're gonna do. Okay. It's Euro, Brian. I can't. That's not true. I probably can somehow. So we have private investment stuff that we can have, and that's the reason why I turned the board sideways, because we can actually take out loans, but it costs more at the end of the game. So for instance, if we're going to take out a loan, we can take out a loan for our furthest developed industry, which would mean like if housing is at 4, then I could get $4 by taking out a loan. However, at the end of the game, each loan repayment is $30. So you're always paying more to get just a little bit of money. But there are times where you have to do that. So there's a lot of theme in this game for what you have to do. There's the Mercury Rising track, but we're not going to use that for solo mode. It braids for a longer game, which basically adds 1 more square in this area for a longer game. But since we're playing solo mode, we're not using the Mercury Rising, but we are using Mercury Rising scoring, and I'll explain that when we get the VJ and how they go. Hey, Matthew, what's going on? So cool. All right. So every player will get one of these big PG and I boards. That's what it's called. Power Grid and Income. PG and I. Power Grid and Income boards. This is our Power Grid. All this. And this is our Income. All this. So PG, Power Grid, and Income boards. They will also get 8 cards. All of them are the exact same. That you start off with the exact same 8 cards. This I will have to go into as we go through the rounds. And they get a generic starter, which gives them 1 energy or $3. You get to determine, and 1 battery. 1 battery. Then you collect my dozers, my wind turbines, and I get to put one wind turbine, 1 power tower. Because if I use the word wrong, somebody's going to kill me. Whatever, power tower, and 1 bulldozer, and I get to put them there. VJ's just going to put a wind turbine there. And we'll talk, like I said, when we talk about setup for VJ, that's how it's going to go. Okay. Cool. All right. This is the timer of the game. So if you wonder how long the game is going to last or how long it's going to take to play through this entire game, this is your timer. So you can either skip, and it all depends on you. This could be bulldozers in a euro. It just keeps getting better. You can shift along this board, and this could be the fastest game you've ever played, or it could be however y'all want to strategically play things out. Because one of the actions you can do is to recover all the cards in your hand, which moves you 1 up. You can also, for your next turn, like of the 3, the next thing you can do is you can just skip your turn to get a battery, which will move you another up. So, and then your 3rd turn, you can do it again. So you can end up in scoring in the first, 3 turns of the game if you're not careful. But you can get that and make it, the fastest game that you've ever played. or you can take your time and everybody's kind of playing off each other and see how things go, right? Okay. So, oh gosh, there's so much to this game. I'm so nervous to screw up. All right. So, how we're gonna play this game? So we know how we get through the game. We understand what we have to do, but how do we do it? Well, every turn, everybody gets every turn, everybody gets one action per turn per round. I just got to use that terminology, or else my brain's gonna break. So, what you can do is you can play a card from your hand. You can recover all your cards, but move forward on the time track. Or you can say, I don't want to do anything. I'm going to move forward on the time track, but I'll gain 1 battery. That's what it means. So those are the 3 things you can do. But you get to play in a different set of ways of how you do it. In those 3 things, there's variety, right? If you're going to play a card, you have 8 cards that are in your hand that you get to do stuff with. Each card does something different. And as you can see, if I just throw this one on here, as you can see, there's a lot going on that card that you can do. So just don't think, okay, I can play a card and that's going to be boring. There's a lot of stuff going on that card that you can do. Let's talk about VJ stuff. And this is where I have to thank Cynthia, because I was like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Ah! Cynthia's like, hold on. She talked to me with it for real quick, and I was like, okay, all right, that's making sense. And then when I talked to Julian, I was like, okay, I get it. So everyone makes mistakes in Euros Canje. It's okay, relax. Paul is known for the takes and backsies. Yeah, and I know. I know. I'm nervous. Okay, I'm nervous. All right, so Pampero comes with a solo mode with VJ, and they are going to be playing against you. Now, how VJ is different is they are completely reactionary to everything you do. Completely reactionary. VJ wants to be the best. They want to be the best of the best of the best at everything in this game. And if they can't be, they're going to react to everything you do. This is kind of cool because you can you can make VJ do stuff, and you know what he's going to do. Well, you know what they are going to do every single time you take an action. You know exactly what they are going to do, because they are going to do one of these three things. One of them is going to be on here, and I printed them out in bigger tiles so that I can put them on there and say when they are going to do this. I'll put it on there, zoom in, and say this is what they're going to do step by step. But they're going to do one of these three things, and they want to always be better than you at it. So, for instance, if you've got more wind turbines than them, they don't like that, so they're going to do this. If you've got more housing development than them, they don't like that, so they're going to do this. And it's a pure decision tree that comes through. It looks complicated, but it's like, do they have this? Yes, then do this. No, go over here. Do they have this? Yes, then do this. No, go over here and do something. If you have more I just said the name of that type of contract. More remote contracts than them, then they will do this instead. And this is their track to always keep track of who's better, right? I am, of course, the yellow player, so I have my yellow dice, and VJ have the black dice that they're going to be doing, and they have their board set up and everything that's really set for things to go. So, Cynthia, thank you so much for keeping me sane while we work through this. There's still a lot on here, but how the actions are explained in the solo mode printout is pretty damn good. So, okay, VJ gets 25 money, which I'm using money from Scythe. So VJ gets 25, 10, 10, 5, and I get 25 as we start. VJ doesn't use bulldozers because VJ is so good at what they do, they have decided that they have bulldozers all over the board. Every single space has a bulldozer on it. Now, here's what's cool and why that this is why I think this is the part that I love for multiplayer. I'm still on the fence for solo mode. Okay, so I'm going to be completely honest as I check this stuff out. I'm still on the fence on solo mode because I haven't played it enough to see how much of a hindrance this is, but this is the beauty of multiplayer mode. For instance, let me explain this. You have to build stuff, right? You have to build your wind turbines, you have to build your power lines, and then you have to build turbines to harness that power to complete contracts to get money. Just how this stuff goes. To do that, you need to have your bulldozer, which is this little guy here, on a location that allows you to do that. So if you put your bulldozer here, the only thing you can build, ooh, that got blurry. The only thing you can build is a wind turbine. If you put your bulldozer here, the only thing you can build is a power line. The where you place these turbines are on these contracts to determine what you're going to do, or a solar contract, right? So a bulldozer has to be present to build something. That's just how it works. because so in a multiplayer game, you can build stuff on anyone's bulldozer, anybody's. If it's not yours, it doesn't matter. If it's another player, so I'm gonna call, because Cynthia was super awesome and helped me yesterday, I'm gonna say if Cynthia and I are playing a game and she has a bulldozer someplace else on the board, I can build on her bulldozer. The only difference is what the cost that I have to pay to build that item. If I build it with my bulldozer, it goes to the bank. If I build it with her bulldozer, I give the money to her. And I think that is so cool because it's like I'm like, okay, well, this is cool. I can use her bulldozer to build this power line that I need, but then I'm giving her money to which she can move her bulldozer anywhere and then choose a new thing that she's hoping to build out to help her get really cranking and going, which I think that is what makes the multiplayer. I'm like, man, so you got to really think about where you're going to build stuff, who you're going to pay, and how you're going to build up this money to get these things. That's why I think this is cool. Okay, so all right. So let's get into a round of play because I'm sure out on the web, out on YouTube, there are a bunch of other content creators who just talk through how to play the game, and they are way better at it than me. Okay, so let's just get through it, take a round, so you can see how this stuff plays out. So we set up VJ, we set him up just like we set ourselves up, where we've got keep saying foreign. That's not a foreign contract, damn it. That is a remote. So remote contracts give us no money, but all of these at the end of the consolidation phase, which we'll get to, and I'll explain that, will give us $1 so far. To be able to do contracts, and is it this zoom in? Is this zoom in? There we go. To be able to do contracts, we have to have unlocks. So that means that at the beginning of the game, everybody places one power line, one power tower, right? All I'm thinking of now is the sci-fi dating. Hey, what's going on? I enjoy. So because everybody places one, that means that we can do, if you see here, we can do residential contracts, we can do remote contracts, and we can do solar contracts only on A and B location. So we can't do industrial or this is resort. This is a resort or commercial contracts because those are locked from us. Because to do these two, we need to place another power tower, which will then open this up to us. Now, these lines are important. These lines are very important because if you notice here, cutting through the board, you'll see these black lines that are here. So as we skill these things up, we are locked to those lines until we remove the tower that is after the line, which means it unlocks it. So to be able to move from this sector to this sector, we have to unlock being able to do commercial contracts. Just how it goes. If you were to gain one of these and you couldn't go any further, you're stuck there and you've wasted it because you didn't unlock that stuff. All right, we're going to get into all that as we go through. I just wanted to outline that on what contracts we can do presently. So right now at the beginning of the game, I have one wind turbine, I've got one power tower, and a bulldozer. So I know that I could do residential, remote, and solar. So I get to decide what I want to do. So I look at my cards of 8, and I determine what I want to do. I can place another power. Power line. I like how these games tend to use the same colors for types of buildings. Residents generally do. Yeah. So I could place another power line with this card, and I'll zoom in on it so you can see, which I'll explain what it does. But first, I'll just say I can place another power line. I can create another wind turbine. There's 2 of those cards. I can move my bulldozer, plus some extra actions, and I'll talk about that. I can do a jack of all trades of either or, build a wind turbine, build a power line, or do a contract, perform a contract, which is a remote or residential. Actually, no, that's just a remote contract. Sorry. Just do a remote contract. I can do a remote contract or a remote contract or a residential contract. I can do a residential contract or a foreign contract, which is talking to Argentina or Brazil. Or I can take a loan from the bank. Those are the options that everybody has, right? To start off the game. Everyone has the same cards no matter what. What's cool of the deck builder aspect of this is that as you gain these items, you get to add cards to your deck, giving you more options per turn. Okay. I got money. I got that, and I got that. So, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with all my money? So my thing is, I know that if I want to play right now I have 1 power. I have 1 energy because I've placed 1 tower, which gives me 1 energy. Okay? So I have 1 energy going. Well, 1 wind turbine, sorry. 1 wind turbine that gives me 1 energy. So I've got 1 energy going. If I wanted to do a residential contract in this area, because that's where my bulldozer is, it would cost me 1 power, 1 power, 1 power, 1 power, or 1 power. Right? So instead, I'm going to take the typical thing that everyone who you've ever watched play this game so far as a preview do. They're going to build a dang wind turbine, which is what I'm going to do. So let's talk about what happens when I build a wind turbine. So I'm going to first grab this card, and this is the card I'm going to use to build a wind turbine. Cool. Notice all these lovely symbols on it. All these lovely symbols are self-explanatory. So first, all of them are the same on either side, so I don't really need to go through what each side says, but I'll tell you why it's on either side in a second. I need a bulldozer in that location that I'm going to build. I can build it using a bulldozer from any player or myself. That's what these 2 symbols say. Any player's bulldozer or my own bulldozer. I will have to pay money to do this. I will get energy for doing this, and I will place a wind turbine, and then if I have an extra bonus token, remember these lovely little things that we have here and the one that I have, I can play that as well. All right? That's what all that means. Now, let's go down to our lovely board that tells us what we're gonna do. So, first things first, when I place this card, I get to determine, you must place it at the leftmost side of what's open. Is this showing fine for y'all? Sorry, my eyes are blurry or something, but it looks kind of blurred. Is this showing fine for everybody? I want to make sure that it is, because when I start placing stuff, I want y'all to see what's happening. It should be, but my eyes are terrible. All right. Cool. These are the actions that we get to do. Usually what you would do is you would keep these off and then put them on to denote that you've taken the action. But I told you looks fine here. It's a little blurry on the left. Oh, over here though? Okay. Slide it over this way a little bit. I will try to endeavor. So, but what I do, because I'm a special kind of person, I put them on and then I take them off to let you know that's the turn I took. So my first action, which I'm going to pull off here, is going to be to play a card. Then I'm going to place that card on the leftmost side. Because I'm in zone A, and I don't have any, remember, the VJ has has bulldozers everywhere. So I can actually, because of that, I can put this on the A zone, the B zone, or the C zone. So I can put it on, I could build them anywhere here, or anywhere here, because he has bulldozers everywhere. However, any money I spend is going to go to him if I use his instead of using my own. I'm going to use my own. So I'm going to place this card in the A zone because A is where I'm placing it. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to say that's A. And you'll notice that when you do that, it connects all those symbols that are on there. So that means that I have to pay 8. Sorry if this is blurry. I really apologize. My eyes are blurry itself. So I have to pay $8 using one of my bulldozers to build this. So I grab 5, 6, 7, $8 of my money, give it to the bank, and then I get to place my my wind turbine where my bulldozer is. Then I get to move my bulldozer to any adjacent region. So that means I was in A2, which means I could place it here, here, or here. I can't go here or here. I can only go adjacent regions. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to place it here for, actually I'm going to place it, yeah, I'm going to put it right there. Now, what I can also do is, because I have this one thingamadoohickey that's right here, I can either do that or play this in that special slot that's over here to gain a little bonus. I'm not going to do that though, and you'll see why. So I'm going to do that, but what it also says is I gain 1 power because I put down a wind turbine. So my power on my board here goes up. So my power on my board here goes up by 1. So now I have 2 power to spend. That is my action. I'm done. That is my action. VJ's turn now, because it's each person takes one action per turn, per round. So VJ looks at his cards, and let me break out his card stuff so you can see a little better. And I'll zoom in. I'll put it over my board so you can see when I zoom in. So VJ comes over here, and VJ says, hey, that guy, that Canje dude, do I have the most wind power? And I say, and he says, no, because that jerk Canje just built another wind tower. So he has more wind turbines than I do, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let me get his sheet so I can explain, because this one's really, really well set out. So it says, execute this card if you have at least one more, if you have at least one more wind farm than VJ. Yep, so I have one more wind farm than VJ, right? That's what it says on the solar room. So that's what this is saying. So VJ's like, that jerk built a wind tower. I'm not the best at wind farms, so I'm going to be the best. So then he takes this, well, I keep saying he, I apologize. They take this action and then go into this decision tree. Their decision tree says, if VJ's energy is lower than 10, perform this action. Well, if we look at VJ's energy, theirs is only at 1. So their energy is lower than 10. So therefore, they hit that decision tree of, yes, it is lower than 10. So then they will action. They will build a wind farm in a free legal space in A, B, or C because they have bulldozers everywhere. In the sector with the most of your structures are closer to your dozer. What? Okay, so basically it says in the sector with the most of your structures, or closer to your dozer. So if we look at the board, which is over here, and I know I'm doing a lot of zooming, I'm sorry, because this is a big board, so I want to make sure y'all see things as close as possible. So it says, in a free legal space, BJ is going to grab one of their wind farms and say, in a free legal space in a sector with the most of your structures, well, the most of my structures is here, or closer to your dozer. Well, the most of my structures is here, so that means that the only reason why the or would kick in is if there's no space for VJ to build a structure there. So VJ will put it here because that's where it can go. Gain the energy depicted. Move one space VJ counter for this card. What? Oh, wait, I did that wrong. Sorry. I did that wrong. This is where I get nervous because we're over here. Because it says, if VJ's energy is lower than 10, perform this action. If VJ enemy... Oh, is that 10? I did the right thing. So they would put it there. So they would put it right there for you to see. It's a little blurry on the left. Okay. So that is that condition. That is what they do. And they will gain the energy depicted down here. So basically they placed it in A, so they're going to get 2 more energy going to 3. And because of that, on VJ's track, they move up with me to saying they have 2 wind turbines. That's the reason why I'm using these dice to say this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So we both have 2 wind turbines, but we're at 0 for residential and for contracts, for remote contracts. So that's how I knew what VJ would do. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions around that? Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. All right. So that is VJ's action. So then it goes to my action, my second action. I am going to build. Okay. And I need a dozer to do this too. If I'm going to do, if I'm going to build, and I think he has to, I don't see him paying costs for anything. So that's what's throwing me. I don't see him paying costs. He should have, but whatever. So for my action, the next thing I need to do, so I'll say what my next action is going to be, is I'm going to build another tower. I'm going to build another one. So I know he's going to try to one-up me, or they are going to try to one-up me. I apologize. So I'm going to place this, and this time, instead of paying $8, I pay $6. So $6 to the bank. Put my tower out. And then I'm going to take this and move it right there. Oh, sorry. I put my wind turbine here. And then I'm going to move my dozer up to the power line, because my next thing I want to do is I want to build a power line so then I can build, so then my next turn, my final turn, I can take one of these contracts because I've got the energy to do it. Well, I build that costs $6 and I gain 1 energy, taking me to 3, and we're good. That's my turn. Is this making sense? Is this making sense to everybody so far? So VJ's turn, they then say, this so-and-so, look, dude, look. I am the best, and you are screwing me up from being the best. So I need to be better at you at wind turbines. So I have less than 10 energy. So I will build one, in the location that has your most items or the closest dozer to you. All right, well, you're going to build one. This area up here is filled up, right? So if we zoom in here, this area is filled up. You cannot add another wind turbine there. So you're going to move to my closest dozer and put one right there. And so you will, because you're still in 8, you're going to gain 2 more energy. So your 2 more energy that you're going to gain, you're going to go to 5. So you're gaining a lot of energy building this stuff up. This is the reason why I was like, about solo mode. So then my final turn is I'm going to place a tower. So this card states that I can use VJ's tower or my own tower, or my VJ's dozer or my own dozer to place a tower, and I'll tell you what these are when we start playing it. And I gotta pay the money, but I don't. If you notice, it cuts off here. I don't get any power from this. All I'm doing is placing a tower. So I'm placing it in A, where my dozer is. So I'm gonna pay $5 for this because it's cheaper. The more you build, the cheaper it gets. So I pay $5, and then I grab one of these towers that are on here, that are on this board, and I place it here. And he would move up with the track. Sorry, I gotta keep track of that as well. Then I get to move my dozer. Well, this is where this gets fun. I'm gonna move my dozer here. Okay. Now, let me read. I gotta break out the book things on the book so I can tell you exactly what that thing says. Sorry. There's an index of all of these different symbols and tells you what they mean. I just have to find them. Because it says I get 2 of the power things for placing a power line. I just need to. I don't want to use the proper verbiage, the proper words. Anyway, let me tell you what it means because I can't find. I wonder if I send you my copy of Offshore Ocean Oil Report, it will be as interesting. I don't know. So I placed the tower, and I used this card, which gave me those 2 little symbols, right? And I'll put this here so you can see it again. It gave me those 2 little symbols at the bottom. What that means is I come over here to this board where I place this tower, and from here I get to pick 2 of these things that are here, and both of them have to be adjacent to each other. So, for example, I could take this, which increases my count for my remote contracts for income purposes. Well, we're at the end of the round, right? I could take this, which immediately gives me 1 power and 3 money. I could take this, which I believe that gives me a new bulldozer, which is what I want, which is what I'm going for. Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. Here it is. Immediate. Either place a bulldozer from your supply on any available construction site on the board, or move one of your bulldozers to any available construction site. So that's if I take that. The next one that's here is upgrade. From now on, for every battery you take, earn $2. Cumulative. This effect is cumulative. If you have 2 of these, each battery you take earns you $4, which I think is cool. This one that's here says upgrade. In the consolidation phase, you can retrieve any 1 card from your tableau rather than only a rightmost card. And I was going to talk about that when we got to that phase of the game. Cards do not slide to fill any gap left. Middle cards are retrieved. So then we've got this one, which says upgrade, TBD. Really. Place a Zone B discount overlay over either of your Zone B price rows. The overlay is double-sided. Cumulative. If you get the second copy, you double it. Okay. Advance your remote income marker 1 space if you're scoring it. I think what I'm gonna do, and there's this lovely space that I could get here, which is just kind of an innate effect. That one says that one doesn't have a thing for it. Zone B, Zone C tiles, Zone A tiles. Yeah, I'm not seeing that one anywhere, but oh man. Oh, there it is. Take a specialist card from the display action or scoring or draw one from my deck. Ooh, I could get an upgrade. I can get an upgrade. So if I take this one, that tells me that that's the weird one that says pending. But I want some dozers. So I think I'm going to take these two here. And when I take these two, which is this one and that one, I then come down to my board and I place them where they're supposed to be. So they're from the A side. So I put one here and one here, and I get some immediate effects. First, I get 1 energy over here. So I go to 4. Then I get $3 from the bank, because the bank is just giving me money. Then I get to place out a new bulldozer. So I'm going to put my bulldozer. I've opened up resorts, so I can do resort contracts. I'm going to open up my bulldozer over here. So now I got 2 bulldozers on the board. Hey, look at that. All right, that ends my turn. So then VJ says to themselves, let me break out this thing. Does Canje have at least one more wind farm than I do? No, we're tied. We've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, we don't. Okay, cool. Well, that means I'm still the best at that, so I don't have to tell Canje to jump off a cliff. Then, where's my other sheet? Sorry, papers are everywhere. Papers are everywhere. Let's see, that was the first one. Here is their second one. This is what I deal with. This is what I deal with. Alright, this one I could just toss to the side. I don't need that one. These I do. So this one is no longer an option for them this turn. Then let's take a look at the next. Am I missing something? Build tower, take action. Only pays energy and batteries when fulfilling contracts. Okay, so no money, and they don't take action. Yep, that's talking about doing that. Talking about doing that. I need to go to the printed out rules to make sure because I'm missing something. Let me go over here to this. Then let's take a look at the solo rules because I feel like I'm missing something. That's wind farm. No, you did not send me the rest of it. Thank you so much. Dadgummit. All right, let's wing this bad boy and see if we can figure it out. Let's wing this bad boy and see if we can. So VJ then looks down here at his next one, and VJ says their next one, and VJ says, does Canje have more residential things going on than I do? The answer is no. Does Canje have... I'm figuring this out because I did not get the full sheets. I just got one breakdown. Does Canje have more contracts than I do? VJ will try to fulfill the contract suggested in the action card. That is not it. Keep the tile in VJ's play. Follow usual rules and remember to keep track of scoring. VJ activates these bonuses once when taken and only once. If there is no way for VJ to fulfill a contract referred on the action card, VJ will build a tower. So VJ is just going to build a tower, it looks like. Yeah, because I don't have rules on. VJ does not use a dozer. VJ is considered to have a virtual dozer in every building spot. The virtual dozer does not occupy the spot, so it's considered free for you to move your dozer. Blah 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 blah. So starting in the zone, building. Yeah, so VJ. They are going to build. I'm assuming they are going to build an electric tower. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. If so, building a wind farm, starting a zone. If there is a free farm building spot, VJ builds there. If tied or if there are no spots, VJ chooses the spot closest to one of your active dozers. If still tied, the sector with the most of VJ structures, that's where they build it. For building an electric tower, I'm going to believe this is what they're going to do because hello. Starting an order, establishing a card, look for a sector without VJ's tower. If there is a free tower building spot, VJ builds there. There is. Okay. Yeah, because it's. Well, they would just build another wind turbine, right? It really doesn't say in the instructions what happens when we're tied up. Because ties are VJ, they have the majority. So I'm figuring this out. I'm gonna assume let's do the wind turbine one. That actually makes more sense. No, because you don't have a tower. They would build a tower. So that's what they would do. Place the leftmost tower from VJ's grid. VJ will select the rightmost column with the bonus tile suggested by the action. So the rightmost column over here would be this. This would go here on your pad. And that says that you upgrade from now on for each battery you take, earn $2. I find a good play in some cases is what would I do for the automa decisions if the rules are unclear. I mean, and that's what I would go with because you can't place turbines unless you have towers. So to me, I would place a tower. That just makes sense. So VJ will select rightmost column with the bonus tile suggested by the action card. An example, this one. Okay. Oh, the rightmost of their thing. I get it. So they would want the rightmost column with the bonus tile suggested by their action card in this example. In the example they're showing, it would have been like residential for the rightmost. So they would want this one. So if they want this one, they need to build a tower where this is available for them to get. If there are no more of that tile, VJ will select the rightmost column with the printed bonus suggested by the action card. Rule of thumb, if the tiles are taken and the printed bonus is not visible, VJ will take the rightmost column with the most tiles. So bonus activation, VJ will activate 3 bonuses of the column C below. Oh, so this is VJ's board. He doesn't, so they don't take from that board up there. They take from this board. So it says rule of thumb, if so they will do this in column A. They'll do that, and they're only going to do it once. So that is, I get it. Hey, if the rules aren't scripted out, I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. In the console, so they would get any card back from their tableau. They don't spend cards, so it's just wasting that one item, which is weird. Anyway, let's move on, because otherwise I'm going to lose my brain. So after we finish that phase, those were all 3 actions taken. Those are all 3 actions taken. We're then going to go to the consolidation phase. So in the consolidation phase, let's talk about what happens. I gotta flip to this, and then we check it out. When all 3 of your action markers are on your action planning board or off, your next turn will be a consolidation performing the following steps. Retrieve all your action discs, so I'm going to put them back on, because that's how my brain works. A lack of tells me that stuff is done. Retrieve 1 card, choose 1 row from your action planning board that has 1 card, and choose the rightmost card, so it's building towers that I would get back. Not all, 1. And then you can produce 1 batteries. Produce 1 battery. Ooh. Draw an imaginary line from the energy marker cylinder up on the PGI board. Count the battery icons. So I have a battery here, so I would get 2 batteries. Ooh, I get 2 batteries. So I would get 1. It says draw an imaginary line from the energy marker cylinder up the PG&I board to the row of electrical towers. Count the battery icons in the spaces vacated by electrical towers that are to your left, and include the imaginary. Okay, so I only get 1 battery because 1 battery is here. yeah. If we're playing Mercury Rising, after producing batteries, if you now have more batteries than the current power grid quality level, return the excess to the supply, which I don't. Because my quality's 2, so get over it. Okay, so that is the consolidation phase. So it says energy versus battery. So in this example, you would get 2. Yeah. Okay. Then we collect income. On your PGI board, check the row for each of your 5 income markers: residence, factory, commerce, resort, and remote. The number below the income is the income it generates. So we generate some money. So if we come down here, here to this board, and we look, our resort is at $1. Our commerce is at $1, our industrial is at $1, our residential is at $1, but our remote contracts is at 0. So we will get 1, 2, 3, $4 from the bank. I'll take 5 and give you 1. So we get $4 back. That's how you generate money. The Kickstarter is live? Sweet. So it must have just went live when I started playing. Okay, so then we advance your score disc 1 space. So then we come up here to the score disc and you advance it 1 space. And that's end of turn. Rinse and repeat. So that was 1 round to play. All right. So now we played through a full round. Let's play through another. So remember, these are still here, and for an action, Oh, Julian. Hey, Julian. Thank you for subscribing. So for an action, so Julian, the creator, that's him. Thank you so much for subscribing. For an action, you can I can play like move this one and get back all my cards, and that is my action. I can't do anything else past that. For the or I can play another card, or I can skip a turn and get a battery. Those are my actions. Need help? Talk with the designer. This is the designer. So, need help? This is the designer. Talk with the designer. Ask your questions. Let me pull this up. So I will put here. Yep. So Julian is here. 1 turn, 1 hour seems legit. It was explaining everything. It was explaining everything. Snow. All right. So now we're going into the next round. Okay. So I am actually going to because I've got a tower, I want to complete. Let's do something a little bit more fun to go with it, right? So we're going to come over here and we're going to perform this action. Which this action is, we're either going to do a residential contract or a remote contract. Oh, no, I don't think it's a knock. I don't think it's a knock. I'm just, that's just me joking around. So we're either going to do a residential contract or a remote contract. One or, not both. Okay? Okay? One or. So what we like to do, what we need to be able to do this is we need a power or a power line or whatever we want to call it. We either can use our neighbors or we can use our own. And we need to do that, pay the cost to be a boss, and place it down. So all I've really got in these areas where mine exists are here and here. Of course, theirs exists there, and I can use theirs if I want, but I've already got mine there. Why pay for theirs? So I'm going to play this. And I'm going to put it in the A section. And when I do that, I have to pay $5 for it. I don't get any energy from it. And then I get to do a contract. Now, this is the important part of what's about to happen. Where am I going to put this bad boy? Okay, well, I've got power lines here. I've got power lines in A1 and A2. So I get to select which I want to do. And remember, I could do remote ones, or I can do residential ones. So, and what these things do in doing these contracts boosts up your money so that you get more money coming back into the game. So if I choose to do this one here, and let me zoom in so you can see. If I choose to do this one here, you can only do one contract. So let me state this, and I'm gonna say but, okay? You can only do one contract per action. But if you see this link symbol that's here, that link symbol that's there, that link symbol that's here and here as well, you can do both contracts as an action because they're linked. Okay? So I can choose to do both of these, but I need 4 power to be able to do both of them because that's how much I got to spend to supply those turbines. Oh, yeah. So I want to be careful of this. The reason why I want to be careful is because I don't want VJ. I don't want them to get this A, because if I do these two, they're gonna take this. And that doesn't fill me with a lot of hope. So what I'm gonna do instead is these two. So I'm gonna grab this one, which is this, and you'll see a lot of see-through happening on it. It's happening in A1. More power, better results. And you see these things here? Residential will go up by 1. Resorts will go up by 1 as I place this. Why is that not legal? Why not legal? Can't just put not legal. There's a 30-second delay. We need the full out. Do you have access to commerce? That's, oh, I'm not buying both. I'm just buying one. This one isn't commerce. That one isn't commerce. There's no commerce here. I can't get this one because I don't have access to commerce, but I can buy these two. feel like I did something wrong. I feel like I did something wrong. Okay, sorry, I thought you meant the 2. Oh, yeah. It's like, what did I do wrong? No! Yeah. I said if I wanted to buy both, then I would have to spend the 2 and then be able to do that stuff. But I can't. Yep. No, it's all good. I want these 2 to build up. I could do these 2 and get the same benefit, and it cost me 3 power. Matter of fact, let me do that, and that'll probably explain what Julian was trying to say that he thought that I messed up on. So I'm gonna do it on this side instead. Instead, I'm gonna grab this one, okay? So I grab this one, and it says that I get to raise up my resort by 1. That you get to raise it up by how much ever these little notches are on here, by 1. So I'm gonna come over to my board, and I'll put this right here by resort for 1 second. And it says I raise my resort by 1. Well, can I use resorts? Can I even move that? Do I even have access to resorts? I come down here, and this is what Julian was talking about. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to look along this line. Well, resorts are here. I've placed the tower that unlocks resorts. And why Julian was saying that it was illegal was because if I tried to grab that other one had commerce on it. I have not unlocked commerce, so I can't take that extra linked action. So back up here on the board, where you see this sitting here, if I wanted to grab both of these, I couldn't grab this, and Julian said that it was illegal because commerce, which is on this one, is not open. That's the reason why. Make sense? All right. So back down to my board. So I moved this here, advancing that, so now I'm going to get $2 on consolidation phase for my resorts, and then I take this item and I have to pop a generator. Now, people, I don't want you to say, okay, well, I'm going to grab this generator because it gives me bonuses. You can't. That's illegal. What you need to do is you need to come from this side, from the leftmost side, and move this way. So I can do this one, and I'll place this here, grab this generator, and then come back over to this board and put that generator here that says, that's mine. This is mine. You can't have it. That belongs to me. Now, it will cost me, come back here, it costs me 2 energy to be able to do that, so I need to move this down by 2, going down here, 1, 2. And so that's how much I spent. Now, because this is linked, usually that's all I could do and I'm done. But because this link exists and I do have residential open, I can take this one too. Pop. And I take it. And then I come back to my board and I go over to residential and I move it up by 1. And then when I place this, this has to be placed adjacent to this, which means I can place it here, but if I place it here, it's going to cost me 1 more energy. But I could also place it here for free, and that's what this thing indicates. Or I can place it here because we're going adjacency, right? Up, down, left, right. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that and put it here. And when I put it here, this lovely little thing that's here, I get this effect. And that effect says, got a lot of documents. That effect, let's find that effect. So I can tell you what that effect is instead of constantly saying that effect. That one has equal money or something. Move same income again. Oh, sweet. Yeah, move any income marker 1 space forward. It says any, not same. Oh, equal, the equal sign. So it says move the same income marker again. Well, my income marker that I moved was residential, so I get to move it 1 more time. And then I place that bad boy here as a nice little bonus. Grab my lovely, lovely little turbine and I put it right there. Then I go over to this board, and remember, residential's that. Well, I've got 2 residentials, so my residential marker is going to move up to 2. And that's where I sit. So I'm at 2, and those are at 3. Okay, cool. So that is my first action. I'll move that off. I did pay my money, right? No, I didn't. I'm paying my money. $5. Paid my money. One icon, not the income. One icon, not the income. One icon. One icon. My brain just shut off when you said that. One icon. Give me more than that, Jillian. One icon, not the income. Let me go back to what this is because my brain just shorted out when you said that. Move any income. Well, is that true? Like, income is right to be moved twice. Then why'd you say one icon, not the? I'm so confused. Okay, sure. We're gonna go with that and then move forward. All right, so then it is VJ's turn, and they have said, I have spent my time. Oh, gotcha. That moves up one. Okay. Julian, I have a question for you too. One of the things that we struggled with before you popped in was if all VJs, if their markers, if all of them are in the majority, which means they're equal to everything, what do? So they had the same amount of turbines as us. They had the same amount of residential us, and they had the same amount as remote contracts as us. What do they do then? What I did was I just had them place a tower. But tell me, I didn't see it. I looked through the rules. I was reading through. I didn't see it. So if you could point it out to me so I know when it happens again. But go for the first card to be scored. What? All right, so VJ, meaning in order 1, 2, 3. Oh, gotcha. So they would do the first card. Okay, cool. All right, so VJ, they say, all right, look here, Canje. We have the same amount of wind turbines, but now you've gone ahead and done more residential than what we have. What the heck? So we have more residential than them. And Julian, I don't know if you have. I love this. I want to give you massive amount of kudos for this most wind farms, where it walks through each thing that's on here. If you could do one of these for each one of these cards, I guarantee you I will be your best friend. So so they say you have more residential than I do. Okay, well, we have the same amount of turbines. You have more residential. So let's come over here and look at that. So that is, if VJ transformers are locked, perform the following. Which means none of them have been opened, I assume. Build a tower. Zone A, sector with the most residential. Zone B, sector with the most residential. Take 3 bonus from the rightmost column with the most of depicted tile, icon tile. Transformers are free. So you're going to build a tower. This is why I need one of these for this thing. VJ has access to 2 transformers right now. So then these 2 here, so they're not locked because they have placed the tower. So these are not locked away. So VJ's ass, if VJ's transformers are locked, they are not. So then VJ will say nope and move to this decision tree. Thank you so much, Julian. Then they say, I don't know this one. I'm looking for this symbol here. If their energy, so VJ goes to the third spot, which is fulfill a contract. Okay. So VJ has access to the two transformers, they're not locked. VJ has energy, so their energy is not garbage. So then they would go to the third. If you make one of these sheets for all these cards, you will be the hero. All right, so VJ, so it says VJ has a tower in a sector with an available contract. They do. Fulfill a contract. Cheapest available contract to fulfill. Contract matching rightmost bottom income. So do this. Contract doing rightmost bottom income, which is this. Which then the cheapest one would be this. Oh, sorry, you don't see that. Over here. So then the third spot, which is fulfill a contract. Fulfill a contract, cheapest available contract, the cheapest one that they can find. Contract matching the rightmost bottom income, which to me is residential. Is the contract that lets VJ takes the bonus in bottom. Contract matching rightmost bottom income. The rightmost bottom income. Next to your transformers with your token. Let me zoom back out. So the rightmost bottom one would be, if I look at VJ's board, it would be for A where they're going to build it, or for C, which would be this. What? Next to your transformers with the token in between. Fill a contract. So the action then would be with the available contracts. Fulfill a contract, cheapest available contract. So the symbol is cheapest available contract. Or this looks like residential or resort. Contract matching the rightmost bottom. To me, once again, that's residential because they want to tie me. So to me, they would take a residential contract. Well, that says to me. And this is the cheapest one up here. This one here was the cheapest one up here because it only costs 1 energy. So therefore, they would take this, placing this power over here, moving this up by 1. Moving this up by 1. Putting this here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That was just an action. Okay, so my next action. Oh, I forgot to spend. I should have spent that. So I should have been down to 1 power. I forgot to spend that. Sorry. Where's my bulldozer? It's in B. It's in both B. I can do this one. So this is an interesting card. This one says I can spend excuse me. I can spend either on their towers or my their locations or my locations, star specific, to either build a wind turbine, build a tower and get 2 cards, or complete a residential contract where there is a tower, where there's a bulldozer, where there's a bulldozer, depending on where I want to put it. Well, on my board over here, I've already filled up A's pretty decently. Things are getting cheaper, but I'm not building in A. My dozers are in B. And remember that VJ builds anywhere VJ wants to, right? Because their dozers are virtual and it's everywhere. That I can actually build giving VJ money. VJ. Yeah. So I know what my third action's going to be. I just want to see what this one's going to be. And I think this might be, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I have enough money to put it on. Yeah, I do have enough money to put it here. And I'll put it on B. So this is the cool part of this, right? So remember before it's saying A, A, A. This time, I don't have 10. I don't have money. I can take a loan, but I'm not gonna. This might not be a good idea. I might do another contract for 4. I've only got 1 power left, so I won't be able to do much. Oh, oh. I see what you mean. 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 Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. I gotcha. I see what Julian was trying to say. I see what Julian was trying to say. So I see what he was trying to say. So here, I see what you mean. So I took this one here, but that's not what Julian was saying at all. What he was saying is that no, VJ wants to screw me over. So VJ would not take this one for the cheap cost. VJ would look to see what will hurt me. So VJ will say, I'm going to take this one here, which will get the residential that I need to boost up so we can be equal. And I'm going to shut you down from getting this lovely thing, which would have been this bad boy. Hate you, VJ. Hate you a lot. So that is what that means. All right. That's what VJ would have done, taking away that bonus from me. VJ's a jerk. All right, Kate. Okay. What do I want to do next for my second action? I don't have a lot of energy, so I need to build stuff. But to build a turbine is going to cost me more money than I have. And the dozer is not where I want it to be, so I've got to move stupid dozer. I got to move my dozer. I've got to move my bulldozer. So I can move my bulldozer anywhere on the board, or I can move 2 bulldozers wherever I want. Yeah, this is awful. So I'm going to move my bulldozer. I'm going to place it up here. Pay a battery. That's the cost. And $4. Move 1 dozer here. And the other dozer. Oh, here. I'll move my 2 dozers up. And that ends my turn. That's my second action. BJ's turn. Everything is equal, so taking steps to hurt me. Less than 10 energy. Yep. So he's going to place another one of these. He would have lost. He'd have lost 1 energy for that, going to 4. Forgot to do that. He's going to place one of these. Most of my stuff means he's going to claim that. And there are 2 there. He put it in A, so he's just going to get 2. 1. Sorry, 1, 2. Going to 6. Then that's him. So then my last turn is I'm going to move this to get all my cards back. Okay, that ends my turn. So his turn. He's going to be placing another one of these bad boys. He has less than 10. Right there. And A, so he gets 2 more, going to 8. Alright, it's starting to flow now. It's starting to flow. So at the end of that, there's the consolidation phase. It's starting to flow. Consolidation phase, let's take it in order. Retrieve all our action discs, so put them back on. Instead of pulling them off, I put them on. That's just how my brain works, so deal. Retrieve 1 card, I got all my cards back. Produce a battery. I've got 1 battery here, so I produce a battery. He should be producing batteries too. He should have had a battery to start. Sorry. But he hasn't unlocked another tower to get another battery, so no battery for you. Then collect income. So I will collect income from here. I've got 2, so that's 4, 5, 6. So I get $6. Then advance the score disc. It's time to do some scoring. All right, so let's talk about scoring. Consolidation phase. Scoring. So let's see. First scoring, Rural Zone A. So this is, since we're playing with the Mercury Rising board, we look over here to this area here for that scoring. It says, think scoring only occurs if the last player's scoring disc has just reached or passed the first space on the time track, marked with the $sign. Look at only, well, this, because of these rules, that doesn't count. So let's go scoring for solo mode. Sure. So let's see. Let's take a look at what that breaks down to. And this. That is this one. The player, so collect money from the column for each contract on your PGI board. For instance, if there are 2 contracts in column 1 and 1 in column 2, you will get 2 for contract 1 and $4 for column 2. Collect money for the column for each contract on your PGI board. For instance, not to sound like a broken record, but I must get back to work as well. Good luck and thanks for the preview, Canje. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Thanks so much, Brian. So collect money from the column collect money from the column, which is over here. So we're over here. So collect money from the column for each contract on your PG and I board. For instance, if there are two contracts on column 1, so here's our contract. If there were 2 on column 1, we would get $2. If there was 1 on column 2, we would get $4. Oh, per each end. That's what that looks like to me. Well, if there are 2 contracts in column 1 and 1 in column 2, you would get $1 times 2 plus $2. I think this is drawn incorrectly because you did 2 times 1. 2 equals x1 instead of 2 times 1 for 4. So I would get, so I have $1, so I get $3. That's what that amounts to. That's why I was confused. I get $3. Okay. Need to break out some money. My $3. Okay, so I could turn this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Okay. So that is that. So this is done for scoring. Yeah, so that's done for scoring. And this symbol means something. See what that symbol means. We will get through it and it will be all right. We won't because it doesn't say. Doesn't say. Anyway, so we start back up. Okay, I'll flip this over because this is done. So we need to build. We need to get some superiority here. Because he's reactionary and completely destroying us. Let's build a tower. I'm going to build a tower. And I need a bulldozer in that location. Now here's cool. I'm going to build a tower and get 2. You see this symbol here? This means that I don't have to pay money for it. I can pay batteries. If I'm in zone A, I pay 1 battery. If I'm in zone B, I pay 2. And if I'm in zone C, I'll pay 3. So I am going to build this in zone A. I'm going to pay 1 battery. Oh, this game's awesome. I'm going to pay 1 battery to do this now that I can do residential. And I'll put that bad boy right here. I'm going to move. I'm going to get a little bit more, move myself right here to the adjacent. I then get 2 of these for A. And they have to be adjacent to each other. I'm going to grab these 2. And they are both the same, which moves my remote up 2. So what I do is I come over here to my board and I place it right here. Have that effect of moving it up. And then this one here, remember, it can't be placed. So if it can, I get to choose which side I want to put it on as close to the other one as it can. So I'll do that, which pushes it up again. Hey, perfect. Okay, so that is my turn. Everything here. I still have more. I don't have any remote contract. So I don't have any more reported contracts than you. Our residential is tied, according to what Julian was saying. So we're going to go from the top, and you're going to build another stupid wind turbine. It's going to destroy me soon enough. This will get him to 10 this time. So we'll put it here. Going up to 10. So now he gets the effect stuff going forward. Okay. That was my action. And I placed that. So now I'm going to do a contract. And I've unlocked commerce. I don't have a lot of power. I'm going to build a wind turbine. So I'm going to build a wind turbine on my turn. And I'm going to put it up here on A6. Then I will build my wind turbine here, moving this there. And I'm going to add this token to it to give me 1 extra power, so I'm going to get 2 power for that. Going to 4, which is what I need to do what I need to do next. And that's my second. Well, not to be outdone, because he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He actually should be up here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be here. And now he says, okay, do I have less than 10 power? So let me get the sheet out and put it up here so you can get a closer look at what's about to happen, because they are about to switch it up. So they say, do I have less than 10 power? Nope. Are my turbines locked? Nope. Okay, I'm going to build a tower. Cool. I'm going to build a tower, and this says, if VJ has a tower in a sector with an available contract, VJ does. Fulfill a contract, the cheapest available contract. So I didn't set myself up for him to mess me over. So VJ will grab the cheapest contract. Any one of these will do. So VJ will grab this one, moving housing up by 1, moving this up by 1, placing this here. Ooh, that has a double exclamation point. What does that mean? What does the double exclamation point mean? So I'm not sure Julian's still here, but if he knows, he can answer it real quick. He probably got frustrated with me. Let me see. Double exclamation point. I don't know what that means, and I don't see it in the rules. Yeah, I don't know what that means. No. Oh, wait, you didn't place that. I'm an idiot. You don't get to put that one. I'm dumb. Sorry. That one doesn't go there. It goes here. Because you have not been placing stuff. Sorry, that's my bad. That would go there. Okay, so that's your turn. For my last turn, my last magic trick, I'm going to do a contract. I'm going to do more than 1 contract by that way. So I've got towers in there, and it's going to cost me $5, and it's going to be happening in A. I'm going to do this one, which will boost this up by 1. Actually, no. I'm going to boost this up by 1 and this up by 1 because it lets me do both. So that'll boost me up. This will go. I'll deal with where these will go in a second because I'm going to do the other one as well. They're linked. So this will go up one more. And this one, commercial, actually goes up one. 3 spot. So I got 2 of those. And I'm going to place the first one. It's going to cost 4, so 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes, snow. And I will talk about that at the end of this playthrough. I'm probably going to speed through it so you can see, but you're seeing a couple rounds of it. So you're seeing kind of some of the stuff. But I'm going to talk about all that at the end. Because I have thoughts. And by gum, you're going to hear them. I'm trying to see where these things are. Like with the hand with the dollar. Move any income marker 1 space forward. Okay, that's what that one is. That'll be any income marker with a dollar sign next to it. Let's try me. For how much you paid? I don't know what the frick that means. I guess that means because it's not really stating it. Rulebook needs to be added to. Point blank. On honesty, rulebook needs to be added to. It's coming along well. Here it is. It's for endgame scoring. Endgame scoring. Collect income for any. Oh no, that's endgame scoring. Collect income for any one type. That's what this is. Collect income for any one type. It's not move it forward. And I didn't move anything forward. I'm going to collect it for that, gaining 4. Gain is 5, pay you back 1. That's what it is. And I'll put that one there. And then this other one here, you don't give me anything. Dang, I can't. Oh, wait. To do all those, it would do. So I'm going to put it down. Put this transformer out here. That's what it means. Okay. All right. That's 3 actions right there. Your turn. So I'm at. You should be. I'm at 4. For number 1, wind turbines, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 4. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're at 6. Then for housing, I should be at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be at 2. For remote contracts, I haven't done any yet. So there it is. So he doesn't. So VJ, they don't like that I have more housing than them. They don't have any locked. They have a ton of money, so they're going to do a contract, try to catch up, and mess me over. Shouldn't housing be at 3 because of the icons? Like, not income, but number of icons. Well, it's for how much they have, so they have 2. 1, 2. Mine is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. Mine is 1, 2, 3. It's not 4, it's 3. Oopsie. I'm at 3. Yep, I'm at 3, not 4. Sorry. I'm at 3, not 4. 1, 2, 3. I got a little overzealous. But this should be at 4 because I did get that extra boost because of this thing. So it should be at 3, but I'm at 4. So I'm at 3. VJ's at 2. So VJ's still going to do a contract to try to get me, where VJ has a tower. So VJ has a tower here. Thanks, Snow. That helped a lot. I'm working on it. So VJ should have lost this for last time. From last time when VJ did a contract. VJ is going to do the cheapest one. It's probably going to be the no, because that's going to be 3. That's not the cheapest one. It'll be this one, which is 1. So it's going to cost VJ 1 power. Move up 1. But VJ hasn't unlocked a tower. So VJ just kind of takes that away. VJ hasn't unlocked. Oh, wait. Nope. Wait. Where did this come from? Here. Wait. VJ does have a locked tower. VJ cannot do the rest. So Les, is yours locked? Yes. So VJ is going to place a tower to unlock. Okay. I'm getting it. So I am getting it. So here we go. So VJ stuff, and I'll move over here. This is better luck. So VJ's item says, you have more housing than me. Do I have any locked? Yes. Because without this being here, I can't build anything else. So yes, so I need to build a tower. I'm going to build a tower. I am getting it. I promise. If VJ's transformers are locked, perform the following. Build a tower. Zone A sector with the most residential. Zone B sector with the most residential. Okay, so Zone A has the most residential that you can build a tower. Is here. I'm just trying to figure it out, man. Then take 3 bonuses from the rightmost column with the most depicted tile, icon, and tiles, which is over here. Okay, so in A, it would be what? Gain 2, gain a battery or $2. You'll gain a battery. Then you will move housing up 1. Advance housing by 1. Okay. All right. Good turn, champ. Good turn. Okay, so that is the consolidation phase time. I get back 1 card. Rightmost card comes back. Get these back. Generate. Gain a battery back. I could get 2 batteries now because of this board. 1, 2. So I get 2 batteries. He is going to get 1 well, they are going to get 1 battery. I need to stop this heat crap. They are going to get 1 battery. Then I'm playing this in my head. So it is retrieve action discs, retrieve 1 card, produce batteries, collect income, then collect income. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Get me $11. I don't think you care about money because you don't spend it. So I'll throw all your money over here. You don't care about money. You just care about batteries. Okay. Then I advance this 1 track. Then we begin again. So you would be, you still just have 2. Still don't like that you have 2 and I have 3. I don't care about your wind turbine superiority. I can build what I need. I need power. I do need wind turbine power. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build. What a life this thing has. I'm going to build a turbine. And I'm going to do that on B. So I'm going to place it down here, paying $10. Placing my turbine right here. I'm going to move this guy right here. So I got another turbine, which pushes me up to 5. Okay. And I don't have a bonus to play, but I do get an energy for the turbine. All right. Then that's my turn. You are going to, you still don't like about the housing stuff. You're no longer locked. You have a lot of energy. So now you're going to do stuff. Now you're going to, the cheapest cost. This is the cheapest cost. That will move. You haven't unlocked this up yet, so ha, you're not moving that up. That's me being snarky. Oh, actually, yes, you are. You're going to move here. And, oh, no, you can't. You can't. Right? On the board? No, you can. You can move here. And you will get 1 energy. And you're going to take one of these cards away from me. Here. Gone. Okay. Or are you going to take both? Are you a jerk? Are you going to take both, jerk? Are you going to take both away from me? Bonus. Take a bonus card from the display. Scoring card, 1 scoring card matching the next tile to be scored, 2 scoring card. If tied, rightmost. Okay, so you wouldn't take this. You're going to take scoring cards. So you're going to take a bonus card from the display, a scoring card matching the next tile to be scored. What? I don't care. I don't know. I don't know. So take that. Have that. Like I said, I'm sure someone who has played this game 30 million times is like, oh, that's simple. I haven't. So it's not accessible to me. Anyway. Let's see what's... Okay. So that is your action. My second action... Oh, you're gonna mess me up. I'm gonna build another. Ooh, I can't afford it, can I? Build a tower. I can build a tower. That way that will put me back in the running. So I'm gonna build a tower, and I'm gonna put it in A. This tower is gonna go here. Bulldozer is gonna go here. And I need to spend $5. My second action. And I don't get any energy for it, but I do get 2 of these things from A. Battery or money? Give me a battery. I got a plan. I got a plan. Or is it money equal battery? Read that. Read that because that might be a screw up. Upgrade. From now on, for each battery you take, earn $2. Okay, so I don't get a battery, but I will get 3 batteries, $2 each, every battery I get. Okay. So I forgot which one I took. I was supposed to take two. I think I took that one that was here, and then I'll get 2 more energy. 1, 2. That's on that side. Okay. That's my second action. Your turn. You are still not thrilled with me for having more housing than you. You've got 3, and I've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're equal. We're equal now. You're not. So you're going turbines on me, huh? Turbine, turbine, turbine. So you have less than 10. So you're going to place one of these bad boys. Don't be a jerk. Don't be that guy. Oh, you're okay. And B will max out your top. For my third action. Argentina, why do you ask so much of me? Yeah, let's do that. And it's gonna cost. I don't have enough money. No. Golly. Like, just give me all my cards back, man. Just give me all my cards back. Thought I had enough money. Ugh. Alright, so you're at 10. You don't have any locked ones, so you're going to do a contract for the cheapest cost. I'll take this one. 2, 1, 2. You haven't unlocked that yet, so that's not going to move up. Okay. Now you're fully locked. Okay. All right. Consolidation. Let's get this right. I gotta see if I got this in my head properly. Got these here. Get back a card, but I've already got one back. Produce batteries. I get 1, 2, 3 batteries now. You get 1. Then money. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then advance this, which kicks this off, which says, I think they have beat me with this. Why do you do this to me? Okay. So let's see. The player with the most wind turbines on the board gets 15 bucks. You've got more wind turbines than me, so I don't get that money. Let's flip that over. And one more, and then we're in the end game. We're almost done. We're almost done. So, we got one more round left to go, and then we're done. Okay, so what can I do? I'm gonna do a foreign contract. Because I want to beat you. And we're gonna put this in the, doesn't matter which slot's going in. So we're gonna put this in this contract. This for $8. Here's 10, give me back 2. And we're gonna do a foreign contract. Industry, commerce. For this, that's 5, right? Oh, yes, I do have enough. We're gonna do this one. I need to give 5 batteries, and I get to boost, and I get a bunch of money for stuff. So I'm doing this contract. We immediately refilled this, and let's see what that foreign contract said. I didn't even do solar stuff. Like, y'all, You all haven't even seen half this game because I've been kind of moseying a little. I get money 4. So this one says I need 5 batteries. 2, 4, 5. 5 batteries. I get money for residential twice, which is 8. So 10, 2. I get money for resort twice, which is 4, 5, 1. And I assume that means I boost that up. There's no index for this one. Where are the remote contract rules? Here we go. And it's the one I just did. So I would get yellow has an electrical tower in the sector, so you can take a foreign contract. She pays for 4 batteries and chooses the top contract card. She takes the card from the board and adds it to her tableau. As shown on the right side of the card, she collects $10 plus twice the current value of her residential income. Because there are 2 residential icons on the card for a total. Residential and resort markers on the left side of the card may be used in endgame scoring depending on active. Okay. Cool. So I just got a bunch of money. Okay, so that's my turn. Your turn. You're dominating everything. You don't have 10. You're going to do another one. No. Put there. But you got to pay me for it because you used my dozer, you jerk. So, or you're probably not. I don't. So I'm gonna put you there. Okay. And then you're gonna gain. It's in B, so you gain 3, so you're back up to 10. Then my turn. I'm gonna do a residential contract. I got a tower in there. I'm gonna collect that special thing, and I've got the power for it. Yep, I got the power for it. That's gonna cost 6. In A, I'm gonna do this one, which will move me up 1. Which when that moves me up 1, it moves up my industry by 1. And I get to put this here, which gives me a free one of these bad boys, and I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab this one. Scoring. And I'm gonna chain and grab this, which moves my industry up again. This pushes me up 1. And I'm gonna put this one. Wait, did I put the other one? Oh, I put this one right. That here, which I claim this. Aha! It get me that token. That gets me a token where when I use it, I can raise my industry up all I want. Alright. You are mad. Housing's going up. You are locked. So you're going to place a tower where you can. That's going to be right there. And then you're going to collect. You're in B. You're going to raise your housing by 1, which will push this up 1. And then you're going to collect the battery. All right. That's my second. So my last action before scoring kicks in is do one more contract, shall we? I'm gonna do a contract, $5. Do my last action. And my contract actually is gonna be more than $5. It's gonna be because I used the 10. It's gonna be 8, so I'm gonna get 2 back. No, it's gonna be $5. Let me get 5 back. And I'm going to spend. How much energy did I spend for 3? So that'd be put me at 0. I can't do that contract. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have enough power. I don't know. Place a tower. That'll be my last one for $5. Actually, can't put it there. I'll move you here. Yep. Yep, and I get 2. This is in B that I put them. So I get 2. I'm going to raise up these 2. So I'm going to raise up this by 1 and that by 1. And then put them here and here. And that's it for me. You're still pissed because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're equal. We're equal. You have way more wind farms than me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're all the way up to 8. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 5. I didn't do a foreign contract, so you have 10. You're not locked. You're going to do a contract. Cheapest one that you can do. This will move you up. Here. That. 1, 2. And then we do get stuff back. So let's do this and finish this off. So I get 1 back. I get these actions going. Game's over though. And then I get 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 income. I would get batteries back. So 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries, $2 per battery. So more money, more money, more money. So let me get my 4 batteries. And it says every time I get batteries, I get $2 per battery. So I got 4, 2, 8. Then move this forward. And we're in the end game. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about scoring. Final scoring. Evaluate each endgame scoring tile. See endgame scoring tile section below. Which is the end of that doc. Okay, so we come over here. And this is housing. So the player with the most resident icons on an action planning board, specialist scoring cards, bonus tokens, and contracts gain 15 bucks. Okay, so we've got the player with the most resident icons on action planning board, specialist scoring cards, bonus tokens, and contract tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. They win ties all the time. So they got more money than me. So they take that prize. And then, oh, and what else? Gain $3 for each Zone B built electrical tower or bonus tiles on the tableau. None for me. Well, 1 for me. $3. They destroyed me. And then I know they should have been collecting money, but high score wins, right? I didn't collect money. So sad. Residential. I'm just gonna say they won. That'll probably be the best way to throw it. The player with the most commerce icons. 1, 2. You don't have any. So I would get $15 for that. And get $5 for each Zone A built electrical tower bonus tile on the action planning board. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how much that would be. So that is it, and then you just count out the score, and at the end of the game, the person with the most money wins, right? So there's a couple things. All right, so that's the end. That's the end game. I'm just gonna say they won. I didn't do the money thing right. I get it. It's gonna be okay. However, I got the spirit of the playthrough proper. This probably might be something that you want as a live play of somebody who's only played a couple rounds and then dove into it and has a lot of questions around the rulebook, especially for what's planned out. There's a lot of things to be had by this. So how this shapes up, the things that you didn't see. You didn't see me archive a dozer. I can either put a bulldozer here to get rid of it so I could get some bonuses, which could be more energy, batteries, some bonus cards, or moving stuff up. So I can destroy a bulldozer to get one of these things. And when they're all filled up, I can't get any more. So only 4 dozers can be placed here before it's locked. Over here, at any excess overflows, you can put bulldozers in timeout right there where you could get them back where it's not locked. I could have done solar jobs, which would have raised up this housing stuff, which I should have done. Played one to do a solar project, and doing that, I grabbed this. I would have been able to boost it up twice for the solar stuff that's on here, place that solar token on my board, and go from there. You didn't see me do that. I did not do anything from Argentina, but you did see me do stuff from Brazil, so that's how it looks. And then you see the placements of everything over the board. Did I play the most optimal way that you should play this game every single time you play this game? No, because I'm learning it. Are there different strategies that you could see that you could have done now that you understand exactly how the rules go? Sure. Here's why I like this game. So now let me go into what I like and what I don't like about it. What I like, multiplayer mode. This game will be amazing as a multiplayer game because everybody, you're pitting yourself against everyone to try to see who can one-up who can use other person's bulldozer, just give them some money so you can get an advantage someplace else. You can use their tower to build a transformer, paying them money to use their tower to get that bonus that you really want instead of letting them get to it. So they're like, ha ha ha, I put this here. I'm smarter than you. I'm going to outmatch you because these two are this thing is taken, and on my next turn I'm going to take those two. You'll be like, here's some money. I'm going to put 2 transformers down here using some of your power. So you get to play. You can use their stuff, paying them money to use their towers to put down your turbines, or you could use your towers to put down your turbines. So there is replayability and flow there. You can use their bulldozers because they're like, well, you don't have a bulldozer over here, so therefore you can't build a wind turbine. Here's some money. I'm going to put a wind turbine there and move your bulldozer away, please. So the game is very versatile for me in terms of multiplayer mode. And I think that's where this game shines, is multiplayer mode. There's another side of this board. And I'm sure you've watched 10 billion other people's playthroughs that are better than mine. to where you see the stuff. But let me show you what the other side of this board looks like. I gotta clean this stuff up anyway, so you're about to see a lot of tiles fly. So I'm just gonna take this and slide it all this way. So when you flip this board over and turn it properly, why is it not flip the long side? Anyway, when you flip this board over, you get the 4-player mat. And on the 4-player mat, there's 4 turns to be taken. There's 4 starting positions where people start, 4 dozers to be placed. And then it opens up a lot more options around Uruguay for you to do different things where things aren't locked off on 4-player mode. On 3-player mode, certain things are locked off, like here, 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 or here. But on 4-player mode, it's really there. I honestly feel that this game shines at 3 and 4 players. I really do. You only get 1 turn, so people don't spend a lot of unless you're doing the massive amount of brain burn to try to figure out what you're going to do next because you've been playing on your phone and not paying attention to the board. I think turns go quickly. And I think turns go quickly, and you have this other board, if you're like, you really want to play the long game, you can break out this board and cover this up with it, which gives you 1 more turn. So 1 more turn to move towards the end game, right? So you place that on there, you have all these options, more solar projects, more places to build things off of, and this game will be amazing. Like, I think this is a heavy Euro, like Mike's saying, this is a heavy Euro, but I think this is a heavy Euro in the right direction. Like, I think this thing I think this game is great multiplayer. All right, so positives. I think the strategy in this game is beyond amazing from a multiplayer perspective. 100%. I don't like solo mode. I don't like it. Here, and I'm not going to just say I don't like solo mode, the end. I don't like solo mode because I don't want to know what the AI is going to do. Like, I don't feel challenged. From my brain, I don't want to sit here and say, I didn't say it was boring. It wasn't boring. It's just, for me, that's how I felt as I played it. And my thing of it is icon heavy, but you'll learn the icons. That's bygones. That doesn't mean anything. You'll learn the vernacular once you get used to the game. But it's icon heavy, and I know exactly what the game's going to do. Once I master this game, I can always beat the AI. Guaranteed. Like, once I'm like, okay, I know I'm an ace. I know how to play this game. I know what all the icons mean. I know how this stuff plays through. I know exactly what the AI is going to do. I'm going to beat it every time. Every time I play it, I'm going to beat it. So there's no challenge in the long run for me, right? When I play with other players, it's variable. It's different. Everybody plays differently. Now, if I'm an ace and they're just starting out, like you saw me amateur hour playing here today, and you know, I play against Julian, he'll steamroll me because he's an ace at the game. But if we're both aces, we are always watching on what each other's doing. We're always watching the board to try for the next move, and we want to try different strategies to build things out. Every game will be different. Every game. Solo mode, every game's the same. And I can beat this, I can beat the solo mode every time. Because I know what it's gonna do. I know exactly what it's gonna do. Alright, well, if I get more wind turbines in it, it's gonna do this. Alright, cool, so it's gonna place a wind turbine. Alright, well, I don't want there to be a space where I'm gonna have to deal with a specific, I lose access to it and they get an extra energy. Cool. So I'm going to put it here because I know they're going to get 2 points. That's where it's going to go. They get 2 points. Then I'm going to do something else to offset that. And I beat them. It doesn't change. And that's, I can't, once again, this is a prototype. I'll state that this is not the final game. This is a prototype. So you will, I'm assuming, and because Julian's a smart guy, I'm assuming that he's going to add more to VJ to make VJ a little bit more variable. But because of these action cards of 1, 2, 3, I know what they're gonna do. I know what they're gonna do. And so I can preempt that as a pro or as somebody who's okay at the game and always beat VJ. That will lose, for me, that loses a lot of energy to it, right? Because I'm not always on my toes. I not always know what's gonna happen. I didn't do a solo play of Terraforming Mars to compare it to the two because it's Euro to Euro. All I have to say is this: solo mode, I'm not a fan of. Multiplayer mode, game's amazing. Game is fantastic. Game is top notch. And I think that is why this game was made to be a multi-playing game. And it shows because it's so... The board looks the same, but every play will be different. The solar panel stuff, it comes from a pile of solar panel stuff, so these will be different. The victory display comes from a pile of victory display stuff, so these will be different. The Argentina, I said Uruguay, the Argentina and Brazil cards comes from a deck. Those will be different. These things will be the same, but these special tokens that are on here, these special ones that you can unlock, different because it comes from a bag of stuff. But the other items and the things that get done for the rural, industrial, resort, and urban areas, those are going to be the same, except shuffled up a little bit for these remote stuff. But the other stuff is going to be the same, but it's still good. Part of these kinds of solos is taking into account what the AI might do in puzzling it out. I'd play it more and see what you think. Maybe. I'm not gonna. I'm just saying this is my first impression of it, right? I could play this game again and completely change my mind on it, completely, and say this is the best thing since sliced bread. But I think I don't like that it's so predictive. And you're saying that you're going to puzzle out what it does. You know what it's going to do. You're not puzzling out anything, right? Right, Mike? You know what it's going to do. However, I would highly, highly recommend that y'all take this game to a board game night, to your friends, or have people over whenever they come over to hang. If you break this game out, all of you will have a good time in a multiplayer session. And I think this game is great multiplayer. It's typical for Euros. It will appeal only to a specific solo gamer as a solo game. One that doesn't mind kind of flowcharty AI. The advantage of flowcharty is that they can be predictable. Right. It's predictable. I can guarantee that any flaws that I've made in this playthrough, once I fix those and I learn how to play this, I can beat this AI. Because I know what it's going to do. It's not even flowcharting. I know what you're going to do. If I have more wind turbines than you have less energy. You're going to build a wind turbine, and you're going to get some energy for it. Cool. You're going to build a wind turbine closest to the most stuff. Cool. So I know where to position myself to the most optimal play for you to build and me to get benefit from it right after you build it. Okay. Do you have any locked turbines? Well, I know that they have locked turbine. I know that they are at max 10 and they have a locked turbine. So they're going to place a locked turbine. Where are they going to place it? Oh, they're going to place it on A, closest to the thing that benefits them the most. Okay, I built the board and I built the game to flowchart it. I can game this. I know I can do it. That's the thing about it, is that I don't want to knock this game. It's a great game. It's a game people need to buy. If it's up on Kickstarter, which I'm going to go look at right now, we're going to go to the Kickstarter page and look at it. People need to buy this as a multiplayer game. If you've got the people to play it, I highly recommend this. I like more semi-predictive AI, if any AI at all, because there are a few possibilities of what the AI can do, and I can brace against the worst case scenario, but not be a random action. I prefer random. I want chaos. I don't want to know what it's going to do. I don't want to know where it's going to move. I want to flip a card or turn over something that says, I didn't expect that. Dang it. and no matter what level I play at, whether I'm noob like I am now, I'm moderate, or I'm top notch, I know that AI is going to kick me in the pants. Like, kick me right between the short stacks at any time, and therefore I don't know what's going to happen. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you play your game and hope for the best. Gotcha. But that's what I mean. It's just predictability. I think in an AI, I don't want. Anyway, but I keep saying multiplayer, multiplayer, multiplayer. So let's go to the Kickstarter if the Kickstarter is now live. Let's check out the Kickstarter, and let me get my. I know a lot of people are like, you shouldn't comment on things. I'm just giving my honest opinion on where I am with it, and this, if people, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say if people get angry at me for that. Yeah, the Kickstarter is live. Okay, so let's do it. Okay. I would you wouldn't play multiplayer now? Oh, I mean, that's fine too. That's perfectly fine too. So, clean energy game for 1 to 4 player, build wind farms, build it up. All right, so let's take a look at the project. This just went live today. See, I had it saved. So, we got. Okay. The artwork's beautiful too on the box. I love the artwork in this game. I think it's really, really great. So, contents. So, we're looking at pledges, the common components. So, 85 US, 85 USD gets you the game, the 2-sided board, electrical tower bonuses, the tiles. This game, to me, minus the rulebook, seems ready to ship. So all this other 31 solar contracts, replayability. 36 specialist cards, replayability. 18 replayability. The money, this is the money. I use my money from Scythe, but this is the money that you'll be getting with it. Player specific components. This PG and I board, I love it. I love dual layer boards. I love them, love them, love them. So this is fantastic. 5 wooden dozers. So you saw me play with those that were there. They'll come in the color that for the 4-player game. Then the solo component. So this is the one that you saw that I printed out. Okay, there we go. There it is. 18 solo cards. So that means that those cards are going to make it variable. It's still predictive, but at least it won't be the same predictive every time, which is fine. It looks like Gamer Trace is doing the storage solution for it. Great work, 8 games. Great work. I love Game Trace. Game Trace is awesome. So they're going to be doing the faster setup to build those things out. Is this the one? This heavy cardboard. No. I want to find the Meeple Mountain. This is the how to play. This one right here. This guy, Game in a Nutshell. Watch his video. Watch his video on how to play the game. He has by far to date the best explanation of how to play this game, bar none. Bar none. Top notch. I highly recommend Game in a Nutshell. I put the link to this specific video in the description below. So if you watch through my drivel of trash that I went through trying to teach this game, he's got it down. Top notch guy. Rado, of course, has done a playthrough, so Rado does some good playthroughs and extended playthroughs of that stuff. So you'll see Rado do the explanation. Of course, they're awesome. I mean, they're always awesome. They're great. Then John Gets Games did his as well, where he did a playthrough, so he has his. And then there's solo play, where you get 18 automata cards. I don't know how to say it. The dual board, the rules. And then there's this jerk, right, who thinks that he can stream and make content. This jerk right here. who sucks at board gaming and is terrible. You can watch his if you feel like you got time to burn. If you feel like just giving up a couple hours of your life, you can watch this guy stumble through some rules and not be as good as the rest of them that are up there. All right, so let's talk about the stuff that people care about, right? And that is shipping. They're awesome too. I enjoyed their playthrough as well. I think they did a great job. Meeple Mountain did a great job of that too. But where is it? I'm looking for the thing that all people. So add-ons. Ooh, nature expansion. Sorry, FOMO. I think you did a fine job explaining. I was able to follow you, but also I wasn't playing, so that's easier. Yeah, it's okay. I'm harder on myself than anything else, and if I make a mistake, I just kind of internalize it. So there's a nature expansion for, what does this come with? 4 new wooden income markers, 1 in each player color. 22 wooden electric poles. This seems interesting. The installation of wind farms can have an impact on the natural habitat of the surrounding flora and fauna. The government has programs that rewards the protection of this habitat. Oh, this is such a cool spin on this. A new action lets players score points for nature reserves near their transformers. Additionally, the nature expansion includes components and rules for improving the energy grid infrastructure. This is so cool. That is a nice expansion on that. So sleeves, gamer tray and sleeves pack. Oh, it's just sleeves, card sleeves. But pay $20, you get the card sleeve. All right, let's see some stretch goals. What do we got? So first stretch goal, we get some more scoring tiles and rules, and then there's more to come as this goes on. Here's the part I wanted to get to that everybody cares about. Please do not include shipping costs in your pledge. You will be charging the pledge manager. Thank you for doing that and being safe with that, because that could get you into a nasty corner. Okay, let's see. Worldwide fulfillment. Here we go for shipping. So the first thing I'm going to look at is shipping for all around the world. US is $16. Where's UK? Where's UK? UK. Go Australia, Denmark, New Zealand. So I don't see UK anywhere. Maybe I'm blind, so I'm just going to say UK falls in the $40 range. However, in all these other countries, other than the first 3 are mostly Euro. Yeah. Well, US is in there too, so not fully Euro. Then let's get down to VAT, because that's what people care about. I said I would be open and honest. I said I don't charge. This is the reason why I probably don't get a lot of people asking me to feature their games, because I want to look at everything. I will give my opinion, and purely that UK equal GB. Oh, Great Britain. Thank you. Great Britain. So Great Britain, so that's 22, but I'm looking for VAT. Pledges can be refunded at 80% of total cost to account for Kickstarter and pledge manager fees. Fair enough. If you change your mind once it closes, so you better change your mind before it closes. We won't ship pledges to Afghanistan, Brazil, Chile, or Kazakhstan, as shipments to these countries have been met with very low success rates. Ooh, that sucks. I didn't know about that. But I'm looking for VAT. Where's VAT? Is VAT included in this or not? I'm going to assume not. Is this further up here? I always assume not unless expressly stated that it is. Yeah, I just assume that it's not. VAT is not included until someone tells you that it is. So Great Britain's 22. That's the UK. US is 16. New Zealand's 22. Denmark's 11. So Australia is about 16. And I believe VN's Vietnam, Taiwan. So Korea, Japan. So Canada, 16. Oh, Germany. Deutschland. Thank you, Snow. Deutschland. It's Deutschland, not Denmark. Hey. So I apologize. I'm so sorry. I thought it would be Denmark, but it's Deutschland. So Deutschland's 11, so that's Germany. Why is the US the only ones that say Germany? Because they don't say Sprechen say German, they say Sprechen say Deutsch, right? Anyway, that shows you how bad my geography is, and I'm embarrassing. Nah, Europe isn't confusing. I just need to get better at it. Europe is just fine. Europe knows what. So I would probably say includes VAT if unless explicitly stated that it's not included. So overall, your pledge looks like, let's see the pledge levels. So we've got $85 for Pampero with all the stretch goals included. So that's $85. And that's the only thing that's on there. So that's the only pledge level that you get. So you're looking at, why people say 18, I don't know, just say 20. So you're looking at $105 for the nature expansion and the whole game if you're going to get it, or $85 for the base game. And then I'm assuming, I'm not seeing anything that says that this won't come to retail or 8 Games won't sell it at their store. God, who is this guy? Why does he have a YouTube channel? Anyway, I wish I could go, like if I go here, if you're going to see infinitum, like it'll zoom in to me all the time. Let's see. So we've got a bunch of really great, wonderful content creators on here. Check this guy out. He's awesome. How to play on there. The layout of it is pretty decent. Some unboxing videos if you're curious. Yeah, I didn't add in shipping in that, Mike, but yeah, no, add in shipping. So 123 shipping if you want all the things. But if you don't want all the things, then don't. And 85 plus shipping. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, so far it opened up. The Kickstarter probably opened up at noon. So if it opened up at noon, they're more than halfway there. So I don't see why this game won't fund. I honestly can't. Yeah, that's what I saw too, Snow. The AI strategy. That's why when I saw it, I was like, ooh, so that means that the strategy will change. It's still predictive, but it still changes. So there's some variability in there. I can only talk about my first play because after I play this, I got to pack this up and send this on to another content creator, and I won't get this game until I back my Kickstarter and it gets shipped to me to where I can play it a ton more and then give a better insight on my thoughts on it. So this is my thoughts. Yeah, and this is my thoughts on one playthrough of this game, right? Take whatever I want to let y'all know, take whatever I say with the most massive grain of salt, right? I've had this is my first full 100% all the way through playthrough. I've done round after round to make sure I understood the rules and how things flow, but this was my first full 100% playthrough of the game. You see, I didn't even finish off with scoring. I just kind of said, BJ won, I'm done. Now we're getting into philosophy. I'm not going to do that. So I'd probably say take my thoughts on this game with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Think about what you're going to get. If you are a Euro lover, add this game to your collection. If you have a group of people from my first play and even from understanding how this game flows, if you have 2 people 2 or 3 people that are like, yeah, we love Euros, let's play it all together, my recommendation from first playthrough is to back this game. From the research I've done of it, I love what Julian's putting forward in terms of talking about what he likes about the game. Yeah, heavy cardboard, exactly. From think of what Julian like is building, how thematic the game is. There's actually something you can learn about Uruguay from here. So think of that. There, so theme is there. So let's break it down. Theme is there. Multiplayer is amazing. Replayability is definitely an effect. And card quality, component quality, all of that, to me, I love it. I think it's great. I think the theming, I think the components themselves are really well put together. Positives. Negatives from first playthrough, first full run through. I don't like the solo mode because it's predictive, but with 18 cards, that makes it not as much predictive. And that's it. I got one complaint out of all of them. The components are nice, the board looks good, the art looks good, the components look top notch, the dual layer boards are amazing. I would probably ask, and just to see if you would make, if there's a stretch goal, Julian, if there's a stretch goal for you to make this dual layer. Because my thing is, if you got the PG&I board dual layer, you've got the electric bonus board dual layer. This is not. So maybe if you make enough money, this could be a stretch goal to make this dual layer as well. Because, I mean, it can work. It'll be a super thin dual layer, you know, it'll be a dual layer board, but if you can make this dual layer too, I think that's the only thing that's missing. Yeah. Any questions? Hey, Heavy Cardboard, what's going on? It is a table hog too. All Euros are table hogs. Have you seen Perseverance? All table, to me, all your Terraforming Mars is a table hog. Perseverance is a table hog. I think every Euro is a table hog, and we just need to accept it. But I have to tell y'all, I mean, I'll state it one last time, and then I'll shut my mouth. I have to tell y'all that it's a fun game. I'm not knocking it. I like it a lot. Heavy Cardboard did some videos on it. Matter of fact, if we go back to table, pull this bad boy up, and then we scroll down, I'm sure we're going to see that info in there of playthroughs. And it sounds like you're doing a multi-playthrough live tonight. Yeah, here we go. Sneak peek, live stream. Look at that. Boom. Check this out. He knows, they know the rules better than me, and they will probably do a better job than me. Whatever. So I think that this, that they're doing this night is going to be great. It's going to be great. Click on this. Pull it up. Oh my god. Look at that. Good stuff. There's their stuff. So it'll be there. Anyway, that's all I got. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for this playthrough. A little bit of self-deprecation on my side, but I do have to pack this up and send this on to the next reviewer because I know 8 Games wants to get a lot of this in front of a lot of people who will, you know, play it and get the word out a lot more because to other streamers, but. But anyway, check out. Sounds like Heavy Cardboard's got something coming up tonight, so check out their channel to see what they got cooking. Check out do your research. Do not back it just because I said so. Do your research. Find out if this is a game that will hit your table often, will have a lot of group play involved to where you'll enjoy that stuff. And if you're a huge fan of Euros, I think this will fit really well in the collection as a nice hidden gem that not a lot of people knew about. And when I saw it at Gen Con, I thought it looked amazing, and what I saw I loved, and I still do. I need the rule book to be a little bit better, right? Of course, this is preliminary, it's not fully finished, but I need the rule book to be a little better. My thing with rule books is, and writing documentation in general, don't explain it as if you understand it, right? Don't be like, well, I understand it, so everybody else should understand it. Explain it in a way that you could tell an 8-year-old. And if you can do that, they will love it. Anyway. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, 8 Games, for sending this prototype. This is a pure prototype, so whatever you see here is subject to change. Check out Heavy Cardboard on their channel for their playthrough tonight. And yeah. I wouldn't want to teach this to an 8-year-old. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody. What's coming up next is tomorrow is Hit Zero to continue the month of horror. And then I am going to hit Zero, and there's a lot of stuff coming on One Stop Co-op Shop's streaming channel that you're going to see my face plastered all over that bad boy for Saturday. And we will go from there. All right, everybody, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my Patreons, my YouTube subscribers. And if you're neither and you don't ever want to be, that's perfectly fine. Welcome to the table at any time. No, there is nothing that you need to do other than to show up with a good attitude and play some board games with me. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye-bye.